Yeah. And I was like, oh, just making sure this isn't some, like, sketch fan that you're going to kidnap me. And he says, well, you don't know anything yet, do you? I say, I do not. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tank Talk.
That's right. This is Tank Talks with Keith
and Brandon.
That's what we do. We talk. We tank. This is our talk show. We very rarely say what this is when it starts. But like, if you're a person just starting, listening to this show or watching this show, maybe you don't know what it is. But this is a talk show. It's not a late night show because we don't have segments and things like that.
And Keith does not like staying up late.
That is also true. It is an afternoon show when we record, but it is a talk show where
most late shows they record in the afternoon. I didn't know that until I forgot who died.
I guess they don't say live
But they recorded it because I used to always think, wow, that's pretty late for all those people to be up. And if you're going to the showing, then I'm thinking you're not getting out there till like 1 a.m.
Yeah. But anyways, talk show. We talk about things. Last week we did movie stuff, paper airplanes. The week before that, or whatever week they came out, doesn't matter. We talk about stuff. We'll talk about things that you want us to talk about. If you leave us a comment, tell us what you want us to do.
And now it's time for the Tank Talk Drank of the Week.
Yeah, Tank Drank.
We'd have like a cool second. We could be a late show and just have like.
That's what we need to call it, the Tank Drank of the Week.
This video...
All right, we're canonizing that right now.
The Tank Drank.
This is the Tank Drank of the Week.
This week we have Clear American Ice, their Blanco grapefruit flavored drink. With 6-inch naturally flavored sparkling water beverage with other natural flavors.
I bet this isn't going to be good.
With 6 essential vitamins and green tea extract. There's a little star by it.
Yeah. What's important to know about the Tank Drink of the Week is it's not going to be something new, fresh, or really amazing in any way. It's really just going to be whatever Brandon picks up, because the last couple times we had a Walmart brand lemonade and a Kool-Aid Jammer.
Now, if you live in Michigan, though, you can get 10 cents for this bottle. So
let's po up, Brandon. Let's po that drink. Just interesting soda pops, interesting water beverages. I got a feeling this is going to be no good whatsoever.
I don't know, Keith. It's Blanco, grapefruit, water.
Blanco.
It's pretty healthy.
It's actually not that bad.
It's not. I think this is the same level as the Kool-Aid was, which is sad.
Yeah, poor Blanco.
Poor Kool-Aid.
It's just white grape juice. White grapefruit.
Yeah, but you expect that from a grapefruit. You expect, like, going into it, you think, ugh. Like,
I kind of like it.
If someone said that their friend was very fruit punchy, and then they said their other friend was grapefruity,
you'd like fruit punchy more. You
would think that, but then if you went and said, oh, both these people are basically the same, like, you would think more of grapefruit, but think less of fruit punch.
Right. Well, now that we've had the Tank Drink of the Week, I guess now I'm going to have to make a graphic for Tank Drink of the Week. I mean, my graphics aren't exactly blowing anybody's mind, but I am going to have to make it.
I would say that these drinks are always an experience.
They are.
When you cast your hand out to get the drink.
Oh, you're saying they're really always an experience. Speaking of experiences, Brandon, it has come to my attention that you had a unique and first-time experience of your own in the last couple weeks. Would you like to tell us about it? I believe that you are a movie star now.
I was. In my movie star, I was not on a TV show. But I did go and be an extra on it.
Okay, so you were an extra on a television program.
Every, fifth episode, I feel like I screw up the language enough to where if someone saw that, they would think they don't need to tune in for Tank Media.
Like what?
I don't know. Just feel like sometimes I can get through and say things correctly, and other times just
Anybody who's watching you and think that they've never made a linguistic mistake is absolutely wrong. That is false.
Keith, I'm really glad in that scenario that you could attack the people out there saying that, and also you could build me up.
The name's Keith. I protect my pack.
So
the Tank Media pack.
Yes. One cool thing about being in Charleston is they have some extras opportunities, like for TV shows. Like, if you ever watched a TV show and saw person in a diner eating soup behind the main people, or a superhero movie where you see just people running
or dying.
Yeah, commercials same way. When you see someone with their kid at the ballpark and they're dealing with arthritis, like
That ain't
the other
their
kids,
kid.
probably not. But the people in the background that usually don't say anything or they say
Right.
very little. And for a while I've wanted to do it, but it just didn't have time with like work or school or just not being there at the right time.
Sure.
So I had some free time, so I went down and tried to be on the set or tried to be on the episode of Mr. Mercedes.
Mr. Mercedes.
And now, if we were a late show, this is when we'd cut, and then we'd have a cameraman with me, and I'd be like, "Here I am, like at the cast," and I would go around saying witty things like,
we don't have that.
"What's that?"
We don't have a cameraman.
And, yeah, and so
There's a machine holding up our camera.
so I sent an email in originally, and me and my friend Josh both sent emails in, saying that like you have to send in your like 2 photos of yourself and just your basic information about like what's your like. How tall are you? Like, what do you weigh? When's your birthday?
I want to figure out if you're
Phone
too
number.
ugly.
Exactly. And so, or too cute, because you don't want someone stealing the spotlight.
That's true. You don't want Blake Lively in the background of some other less attractive.
So we
Person.
sent our things in like on like Thursday to be in a Monday episode. And we sent them in, and then I told my fiance, you should send in as well. So then she sent in the next day, and she got cast and we did not.
Oh,
So she got to go
no.
and have fun all day, whereas I thought,
What is it
that's
about
cool.
Jordan that makes her so I'm going to finish the sentence after I say desirable. So I want you to stick around after I say that, because I don't want people to think that that she's not. What makes Jordan so desirable to these companies that because she's been extras before.
Yeah.
It's like easy peasy for her to get to be an extra.
I think that has a lot to do with it if you're already in the system. So I kept sending emails in because that's what they say to do is just keep sending it in. So I sent them in and finally they said, hey, can you come this day? And I said, okay. And so my call time, I got there at 7 o'clock and like they shuttle you to where they're filming. So I'm in this parking lot and I see this van and I think, I guess I need to be in that van because they told me to be. So I get in there and I say, hey, is this the van to Mr. Mercedes? And the guy goes, yeah. And I was like, oh, just making sure this isn't some like sketch van that you're going to kidnap me. And he says, well, you don't know anything yet, do you? And I said, I do not. But then other people got it, and so I was like, okay, well, it's 3 on 1 if this guy tries to kidnap us. So we get there, and you got to fill out some paperwork, just like basic information, like a W-2 or whatever it is. But they have like, it's all catered, like for breakfast, and it's really, really nice.
Nice.
They have like 10 different juices, including watermelon juice, which is not
Do they have any white
water.
grapefruit juice?
I don't know. I got to see next time.
Did you say watermelon juice, which is as if to be surprised, not just water?
I just thought if you juiced a watermelon, you'd get water.
I'm really sorry that I overlooked that joke, that I interrupted you in the middle of it, because it was going to be good. I'm sorry.
You're welcome.
That was a good joke.
And so after you eat, they whisk you away, and they take you into this like hangar. But inside the hangar, they have built like the world, which the TV show's in. So they had this like little like I guess like a corner store or it was like an office. I really couldn't see it. I was trying to make sure I wasn't saying like any spoilers for the show, but I feel like that's not really a spoilers if you say like there's a general store.
Everybody who watches Mr. Mercedes is like, the general store.
Because they had one of the guys in there, he was talking about like this other show he was in, but he was like, yeah, so like I was in this show like called like Stranger Things. You may have heard of it. I was like, I have
heard of Stranger Things.
And he was like, I was in this scene and there's like a pool. He was like, oh, but don't tell anyone. And I'm like, that's not a spoiler. Like if you tell like, hey, someone drives a car in the next episode. Maybe if you're making a series about the Bible, that would be kind of a spoiler. If you were like, wait, they've got a Ford Expedition in Bible times.
I wonder if he's talking about the scene where Barb gets stolen by the monster by the pool in Stranger Things.
Season 3?
Season 1. He's in season 3?
Yeah, this is like season 3.
Never mind. I was trying to make a joke as Stranger Things is so far away that we can spoil it. Or so far behind.
Oh, I thought you were about to say that you were actually, you're like, I actually wrote
No,
season 3.
I didn't write season 3. I wrote an episode for season 2, but not season 3.
But it was really cool just to see like, because I know like Scrubs went and filmed in an actual hospital, but for them it was just this giant hangar with all these different like rooms set up.
Sure.
And even the hospital looked like a real like hospital that they were in.
I would hope
and
so.
So like we were just on the outside, and they would just call you randomly in, like for a scene, and it's just like crazy because if you never touched on it when we filmed our thing, or when we had our tank talk about making videos.
Yeah.
Is that you think, oh, this is just really fast, but they spent like for 4 hours they filmed the same scene, so it's probably only a couple of minutes in the actual like show, but it was like 40 of us there, and they used like 10 of us, so the rest of us you just sit out, and they have like a lot of snacks and a lot of drinks out there, so you just kind of get to like hang out, and like you can read a book or work on stuff, and I actually had, both times I went and did it, I had someone sitting there that I started talking to.
Yeah.
And so the first time it was a guy called Dan, and he like lives in Augusta, so like he's in between Charleston and Atlanta, because he says they film a lot of Marvel stuff
Georgia.
in Atlanta. But it was cool just him talking about all of his different experiences, and he was actually in Spider-Man, where like the Homecoming, where like he's originally, it's like the first time he's like running to like the sandwich shop or whatever to like, it's at the very beginning of it. But you can see him walking out, and I was like, "Oh, that's really cool that I don't have to like look in this giant crowd. I can see him in it." But it's really cool because you get paid like $8 for the first 8 hours that you're there. So like, even if you like, for me, I didn't do anything, but I got really nice catering and I got paid money.
Yeah, $8 an hour.
Yeah, $8 an hour. Then you get time and a half after that. So when Jordan went, I forget how long she was there, but she made over $100 because they also like, if they need to use your car like for a scene, like for a parking lot, they'll use it. So they did that, and then the second time, like I actually knew how to do everything, but this time they let me know where the bathroom was. That was like the biggest difference, is because I didn't know where it was the first time, and they'd given me multiple like shirts to wear. Okay. And I didn't know.
You're talking about in the scene?
Huh?
In the scene, or just?
No, like outside.
Okay.
Like we're sitting in the area. I didn't know there was a bathroom or not.
Gotcha.
Because I was afraid that I was gonna like ruin something. Like if I walked accidentally onto set and I was in a bathroom. You opened the door and you end up behind the scene. Because like they'd give me multiple shirts, and the whole time I was thinking, well, I don't want to be the weird guy that's like, I can't take my shirt off in front of people. But I also don't be the weird guy that's like, hey, let me strip in front of everyone. Takes his shirt off in front of people. And so, but I went both times, and I wasn't used on there, but it was still very interesting. And I always tell people that if you have that like opportunity, you should go for it. Might as well. Because it's not really, you don't need any like acting skill. Like, if it's a part that requires any acting, then they're gonna have to like audition you for it, or they're gonna ask you, like they'll say, hey, who feels comfortable talking in front of it? Seems like with an extra, the qualifications are, can you walk? Mm-hmm. Can you look normal? And that's the biggest thing. And so, but next time you're watching a movie, you should just look in the background. And so, because you'll see people who are doing really good jobs, and there's other people that I'm starting noticing that I'm like, that's not what soup in there. What a sucky extra. That cup is empty. What always alarms me in movies, I assume we're kind of wrapping up, what always alarms me in movies is like whenever someone's drinking coffee, you can tell their cup is empty. Yeah. No one swings a full coffee, no. Mm-hmm. Ooh, I dripped on myself. Also, whenever people I always like to watch people drink in movies, and then see if they swallow. Because if they don't, I know there's nothing in there. The illusion broken. I was watching something yesterday, and they were doing that. But also, it's cool because sometimes you can meet stars, which I didn't get to meet any stars. But they said that in the series, there's the guy from I think he's in Goodfellas, but he's also in Dumb and Dumber. I think he's the guy that he's originally chasing after. He's the guy that they end up giving the rat poison to. He was in it, I'm pretty sure. There's also a lot of people, one of the people that Jordan talked to said that they were in a movie with Vince Vaughn just as an extra, but he just went and started hanging out with them and invited them out to eat later on, with the cast and all. So it was pretty cool. You get to meet a lot of cool people, but there's also some mean people you meet, so you can start boycotting their films because stars are they're just people too. They eat, they sleep, they make millions of dollars just like us. Just like us. Well, Brandon, I appreciate you saving the conversation about this to now. I appreciate learning a little bit about being an extra. Maybe one day I'll be able to pursue my dreams of being a silent extra in the back of a video as well. That's the first step towards stardom. Start them.
Not what we're doing.
We're spinning our wheels. We don't get paid for this.
That's right.
We can just eat soup in the background and make some money.
You have anything else to say?
That's it.
All right. Thank you for watching this Tank Talk. We hope that you love it. We hope that you will like, comment, and subscribe. We hope you'll come back next week. Bye.
Bye.